rolling. Good morning. Number 49. I feel I've officially recovered from my birthday. Thank you. Definitely got into some boozing in this last week. That was definitely a birthday 4-day. I'm not going to call it a binger, though. I don't think I binge anymore. I don't think I can do it. I used to be able to just smash liquor all day and then wake up the next morning and be normal. Can't do it anymore. My dad always said, he goes, one day you're not going to be able to do that anymore. You're not going to be able to drink all night long and then come to work on time. And he was right. Can't do it. I don't think I can do it anymore. And I do all the regimens. I do the water all day, right? So you got water. And then I even have like a hydration system that I put in my water that gives me extra electrolytes and everything to try to keep me from being hungover, along with taking a preemptive strike of Tylenols. Now, what other people do is they get these IV drips with the B12 vitamins and situations, and supposedly that gets you hydrated, gets you vitamins, gets you going. And a lot of places are starting to add those things. There's a place here on 2nd Street where this place was making a killing during COVID because they were doing turnaround COVID tests right here on 2nd Street in Long Beach. And they were making a killing. It was like $45 you get a turnaround COVID test. Now, I don't know if they're real tests or not, because they just swab your nose. They call you in 20 minutes. They go, nah, you're good, man. I go, I knew I was good. No problem. Which is all good, because then I can just get that test and I got to send it in to whatever job I'm getting. Here you go. I got a COVID test. Now I can work, right? But yeah, so I'm recovering from I think I'm officially recovering. Although you can kind of tell you're poisoning your body. I guess technically you are. Alcohol. But, I mean, that's just the way it goes. Human beings are going to drink alcohol. They're going to figure out a way to make alcohol. During the Prohibition, they found out how to make alcohol through potatoes and fermenting fruit just sitting in their tub. And a lot of times it would fucking kill people. But even though monkeys, like the chimps, figured out how to make alcohol. Do you know that? The chimps figured out that if you let a fruit get rotten, and alcohol starts to ferment on that, you can get a little buzz. So even chimps are trying to find a buzz. Like, you give a chimp some tobacco, they're gonna chew it. They're gonna try to get a buzz out of that, which is interesting. Isn't that weird? How we even primates, humans, primates, try to catch a buzz no matter what. Now you could be like, look, I don't drink, so I don't catch a buzz. Yes, you do. There's caffeine, okay? There's tobacco, there's pills, and there's food. You catch a buzz on food. That's a fact. Sugar. Even when you're just smashing McDonald's hamburgers, there's a buzz going on there. There's something happening. So don't be holier than thou with the alcohol. But yeah, I'm definitely recovering, but feel pretty good today. Yesterday was a little slow. Day before was even slower. I was also still throwing back a few shots. So appreciate my friends for buying me booze. My girlfriend buying me stuff, booze. It's great. So back to business, back to work. I was at the bank this morning. Isn't it funny? The things you think about, I talk about this often too sometimes. If you're really honest with the things you think about when you're standing in line, say at the bank or the grocery store, really take inventory on your thoughts, like what you're thinking. Always the person in front of you just thinking the worst thoughts, and then they take just a little longer than you want. You're like, oh, come on, you fucking idiot. Forget the stupid coupon and just go ahead. You got shit to do. Or at the bank's worse. when people will just sit there and talk to the teller. Look, the teller doesn't give a fuck about you. I know the teller asks how your day's going, but they don't care. They don't care. The teller doesn't own the bank. They don't get a piece of the money. They just need to take that money and stick it in your digital account, you know? Or they need to give you money back without you giving them a problem. They go, hey, how are you doing? But they don't care. So you just go, oh, good, and move along. You don't need to ask them how they're doing because the person in front of you just asked how they're doing and you heard them say, I'm doing well. Although it is fun to see, I don't know, this is the way my brain works, but I don't know if your guys' brain works this way. I'll hear the old man in front of me say, she goes, how are you doing? He goes, great, my grandson is in town. I'm looking forward to taking him to dinner and catching up. And she says, oh, that's so great. And he goes, how are you doing? And she says, oh, good. It's just another Tuesday here at the bank. It's everything's good. Right on. So I love for me to go, how are you doing? And I take notes to see if she's going to say the exact same thing. So if there's 100 people that have come into her aisle where she is a bank teller, does she give 100 of the same answers? Good. Just another Tuesday at this good old bank. So I go, now today I didn't do that, but I have done that in the past going, okay, I'm going to ask her the exact same shit. In fact, if she asks me how I'm doing, I'm going to say the same shit as the old man in front of me. I'm going to say the exact same thing. How are you doing? I go, good. My grandson's in town and we're going to go out to dinner. I can't wait to catch up with him. And watch her look at me and going, I know I heard that before. But she doesn't, because when she asks how you're doing, she's not paying attention to the answer. Guaranteed. She's just trying to move you along. And the moment he goes into that spiel, you hear everybody in line get deflated. Going, I got to get going, man. I'm here to just make a deposit and get the hell out of here. If I can just do that, please. Thank you. I need to pull some cash out and get some quarters for the laundromat. Let's just get rolling. But some people have to answer how they're doing. Now, I know that happens when you get older because I do believe that you're looking for more human interaction, especially as an older person, because you don't do social media. So you don't get a little bit of your interaction fixed through social media. You have to actually talk to people. I know kids, I know that's weird. Human beings used to talk to people. But, which now I know that's exactly what that is. It's just interaction, and they just need interaction, so I don't get as upset about it. Even though when I'm in a huge rush. But, and then it can even go so far as the old person starts to bring up political shit to the teller. Like this 27-year-old teller who just got married, and she has brand new sharp nails with little diamonds in them. Like, she gives a fuck about politics. So, come on. But, look, he's just looking for someone to talk to. And guess what, guys? I'm that guy also. If I'm somewhere, a old guy will come up and start talking politics to me. This has happened many times throughout this pandemic, guys. And it doesn't, I don't care what side you're on this political spectrum. I'm trying to get a workout in. I don't want to talk politics. I want to get rolling. I got an hour for a workout, and I got to get out of here. So let's not talk politics, because no matter what you say, even if I agree or disagree, I'm going to go, oh, cool, man. Yeah, very good. Oh, yeah, it's weird out there. Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Let's get moving. I got things to do. But I do understand you need the interaction. That's why that's happening. So I'm not as curt with these people as I used to be. I'm now going, oh, very good. Yeah. Because they're just looking for interaction. And as technology gets bigger and more popular, there's less human interaction, which I think is very sad. But I do want to bring it back, though. It is interesting. Just take inventory on what you are thinking at the bank line, at the grocery store line. When you're sitting in line and someone asks a stupid question, or someone has to or here's what's worse. I hear this all the time. Now, I don't hear it so much in Long Beach now that I'm living in Long Beach, but I was living in North Hollywood, Burbank, Sherman Oaks. You always got a guy in the bank that is on the phone loud. On the phone loud. Every time, guys. Every time. It's either a black guy or either an Armenian dude. And they got it on speakerphone. What the fuck? What the fuck? And the last one, I'll never forget. I stared at this dude like I was staring sharp knives through him as he's talking on the phone in front of me. And he's talking about like stock deals in the stock market. Loud as hell. Why you doing that, dummy? For one, I don't know, man. Like, it just seems weird. Like, when you start talking about money, I don't know about you, but I try to be private about it. I try to be on the phone and be private about it. It's not loud so everybody can hear. And of course, it's never like I lost a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's never like, oh man, I got to step it up because business has been bad. It's always like, yeah, make sure it's on my desk by 12. You know, like he's always trying to flex on the phone, which a lot of times I wanted to go, he's not talking to anybody, guys. He's just making this shit up for some reason. He's not talking to anybody. Come on. But that's you can sense the whole bank going, dude, shut up. Everyone, like, what are the thoughts going through this guy's head? Here's my thought. Slapping the phone out of his hand and slapping him on the side of the temple. Shut up. But why does this bother me? Why don't I just ignore it? But it does. It bothers me. It bothers me. It's like unnecessary. And there's a speakerphone. Plus, the guy on the other end, does he know he's on a speakerphone in the middle of the bank? Does he know this? Like, does he preface it, go, hey, I'm about to go into the bank, you're on speaker, so let's talk stocks. What the fuck? What a dummy. Because I think that those two dummies are definitely full of shit. Now, if they're not full of shit, then I'll eat my hat, as they say. That's weird. But it has happened. I've come across douches that turn out to be real guys, real successful guys. Because usually douchebags and dudes that are flexing all the time, you're really not that successful. You're all full of shit. You got the matching kicks with the pants and the belt buckle and the bedazzled shirt and the hat and the da. You're really not that successful. You got the nice car, right? But when you go home, you got 5 roommates. You got 5 roommates, and they're all yelling at you for not doing the dishes. But you guys all got Maseratis parked in the driveway, though. You know. But it's all, you girls know it's all for you. Guys do it all for you. You know. So, really, guys, start taking inventory on your thoughts. Because my thoughts go fucking nuts, man. I'll just be like, look, I'm going to follow this dude to his car and rob him. Fuck that. He deserves it for talking like that. I'm just going to rob him. You know? Or I'm so curious sometimes, I'm like, I got to see. Because you can tell a lot about somebody. Check this out. You ready? You can tell a lot about somebody. Now, I'm going to say this just for men. By how clean their car is. Yep. Not necessarily the outside. By the inside. You can tell a lot about how clean the inside of their car is. And there's two types of clean here. Because there's clean, but then there's like, you got some receipts or you got some papers on the side, you got a baseball cap, you got a workout gym bag in the back. You can tell that this guy's moving. He's moving and shaking. He's got things to do. Or there's McDonald's bags everywhere. And you can tell that dude is full of shit if he's talking about the stock market. Because I can guarantee you, there's something, to me, there's something to that. There's something to the inside of a man's car. And I don't care what kind of car it is. If it's a Datsun, if it's an old fucking 90s Datsun, 80s Datsun. I don't care if it's an old Hyundai, or I don't care if it's a Ferrari. You can tell the cleanliness of the inside of somebody's car. I think that's a fact. So I try to keep my car clean, but there's dog hair in it, so you can obviously tell I take my dogs everywhere. I got some dog hair in there. I got my workout gear in there. I keep my boxing gloves in there all the time. I got a little stress reliever that I squeeze in traffic. That helps. It's good for your forearms too. Right? Back in the day, you had CDs, and there's no CDs anymore. You can tell by how many navigation systems they got in there. If they got how many little hookups where to put their phone. And if that little hookup is filthy and taped back on instead of just buying a new one at the 99-cent store. They're only 99 cents, guys, and if they're not, they're $7 on Amazon. I don't think you need to tape a new one. Like, Jesus, have some pride. But it's those little things. You can tell little things. When you come over somebody's house, if they kind of picked up for you. Right? If somebody picked up for you, you can tell but sometimes they don't give a fuck. Don't worry about it. I came back one time, long time ago. I was on tour with an old band, and we came back to this girl's house after the show. She had, now, when I say house, it was a studio apartment. But we came back to her studio apartment. It was a big studio. And clothes everywhere. You had to step on the clothes. There was no way around it. You had to step on the clothes. And she goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't have time to clean up." So you can tell a lot about this person. Also, you could tell that she goes, "Hey, let's go through my CD collection and let's go through all the bands that have come through the city." And I go, "Oh, you have all the CDs?" She goes, "Yeah, and they're all, a lot of them are signed and everything." I'm like, "Oh, I get it. That's cool though." I almost felt kind of honored. I was like, "Cool. We're one of the bands you're taking back." So she just bangs bands as she's as they're coming through town. Cool. That's fun. It's a cool collection, man. She got a cool collection. Cool collection of CDs of failing musicians. It's funny. But yeah, the clothes were everywhere. What does that tell you? Now, I know it could be different with girls. Girls have a ton of clothes and they throw it around the room a lot. That's a fact. But you can tell if someone tries to pick up for you a little bit. But when we entered this apartment, she didn't try to pick up at all. She didn't try to move it into a pile. She didn't try to go or preface it with, "Excuse me, guys. Sorry, place is a mess. Sorry about that." No, didn't give a fuck. Not only that, by the way, she had nothing to drink. So it was kind of we stayed the night and did that thing, but she didn't have anything to drink. I remember drinking out of the faucet. I'm going, "Oh, I'm so thirsty." I'm drinking out of the faucet. And it was in, was it Phoenix, Arizona? Tap water felt dirty to me too, but I didn't get sick, so it seemed to be fine. But yeah, guys, I want you to think about it. Think about all the crazy ass shit that you've just thought in your brain while you're standing in line. Like right now, while you're sitting in traffic, or while you're sitting at your desk, or while you're listening to the sound of my voice, even thinking about me, just the weird ass shit that goes through your brain. Like fuck this motherfucker. Or when you walk by, you go, like dogs will do that to you, right? Dogs will go, "Oh, hey, little guy." Like it brightens your day. Dogs brighten up your day. At least they do to me. I don't get mad at dogs. I'm all, "Hey, little guy, what's up?" And then you can tell a lot about somebody by how they handle their dogs too. If they get all freaked out when you walk by with bulldogs, I think they're definitely schizos, man. They're definitely alone in that apartment with that poor little dog just pacing back and forth and yelling at the dog because the dog was bored and decided to chew on something because it never goes outside because you lock yourself inside, you weirdo. Or you could tell a lot about somebody when they're the way they walk their dog and how they pass you. I wish I could interview like everybody. Yeah, I go, "Excuse me, excuse me, ma'am, I just had a thought about you. I'd love to give you an interview to see if I was correct. See if my the fact that I was judging you, if I was correct on that. Right? Wouldn't that be interesting? Because everybody judges. You know, when people say only God can judge, or don't judge me. Look, everyone's judging. You are. That's just human behavior. When you pass by someone, it's called survival. You do a little judge, you know, and some of you don't act on that. That's how you get robbed. That's how you're getting robbed, because you're like, oh, this guy couldn't be bad. Yo, who gives a shit? He jacked you. Don't when they say don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, judge it. Judge it at 3 a.m. when you're walking by yourself, ladies. It's okay. It's all right. Cross the street. It's better than getting jacked, man. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to get out. That's an interesting exercise, though. Think about it. Think about all the judging you're doing just today standing in line. We all do it. It's okay. But the crazy-ass thoughts is a trip, man. And then it would be fun to be able to interview. Excuse me, guy. I had a judgment about you. I'd love to interview you. Would you be interested? Maybe I'll do something like that. That'd be funny to do. Okay, guys. Cheers. Out.